Welcome to Alpha Marketing, your go-to resource for unlocking the full potential of your small to medium-sized business. Hosted by Aaron Shishilla, CEO of Wolfpack Advising. Now, let's learn how to dominate your market.
Hello and welcome to Marketing Alpha. My name is Aaron, and today we have a really awesome topic, which is marketing versus sales. We're going to get into the truth about marketing versus sales and why most small businesses get it all wrong. I guarantee you're going to learn something from this podcast. So let's jump in. Now, the first thing is that most small businesses fail to grow because they don't understand the one thing, which is that there's a difference between marketing and sales. And you're going to probably listen to me on this first part, and you're going to be like, well, duh, like I knew that. But I'm going to break it down, and I guarantee you're going to learn something here. So we're going to talk about the roles of marketing and sales, how they differ, and how they work together, and how you can use this information to explode your growth with your business. So let's first get into it. First, we're going to talk about defining marketing. Then we're going to define sales. Then we're going to bring it together. Then we're going to talk about some common misconceptions and end it at the end with some actionable items. So first, marketing is focusing on generating awareness and interest. Some examples here are social media posts, email campaigns, SEO, Google Ads, all that stuff, right? It's getting people in the three different pieces of your funnel. It's showing some broad reach awareness stuff, people that never heard about you. It's targeting those people that are heard about you and are considering to work with you. And then it's targeting those people that are prepared to purchase or prepared to give you their information. That's a conversion end, right? So it is more long-term strategy aimed at building trust and a pipeline of potential customers. It is about building your brand, right? That's how you scale, is building your brand through this funnel. Now, sales, we know sales directly engages with leads to close deals, right? So examples here, discovery calls, consultations, follow-ups. You know, if you have an office team that is picking up the phone and answer like people asking for quotes for stuff, that's them. They're that sales team. So the short-term focus is they're turning the people that have interest into the actual revenue. So the key difference here is marketing attracts the leads, it creates the pipeline, and sales converts them. Pretty self-explanatory. We probably already kind of knew that. But now let's talk about how they should be working together. Now, marketing should be generating qualified leads, and then sales takes over to close that deal. So the big thing here that we should be considering is that alignment matters a ton. We have a lot of miscommunication here. We have a lot of lost leads. We have a lot of stuff that marketing is doing that doesn't help the sales team. So we need to integrate some feedback loops here for sales to tell marketing what leads are saying, and marketing adjust the campaigns accordingly, right? Some practical examples of this is a weekly cadence meeting where a sales team goes to marketing and says, hey, you know that Google ad you're running? The leads suck, right? I'm not getting any good leads from that Google ad. It's all spam. Fix it, right? And whether you're working with an internal marketing team or you're working with an agency like Wolfpack, that's where, you know, we come in and we say, yeah, we need to fix this. We need to generate better leads for you, right? Now, some other common things here is marketing should also be focusing on broad reach campaigns, people that have never heard. So if your target market's maybe homeowners, like you're a pest control company, or you're a home inspection company, or a roofer, or whatever, maybe you want to target real estate agents, right? You need to focus on your whole entire target market. That's what your marketing is going to be doing. And it's going to be reaching out to people that have never heard about you before. And they need to make that a focus through social media, through email, through advertisements, and everything else. You need to have that piece. Now, you're going to get people within that aren't interested, right? And that's okay. But you're going to get people that might consider you. So then you're going to target those people that have shown interest in your broader reach into the consideration part, which is, hey, maybe you want to give them some free resources, right? And they can read upon those free resources until they're ready. They know about you, they're interested, they're just not quite ready yet. And then finally, the last one is the conversion part of the funnel, right? Where they actually convert and send the lead. Most people just focus on the conversion part and pass it off to sales. And that's what sales really cares about at the end. But the other pieces also need to be a focus. So when you're doing this in a practical sense, Make sure your marketing is very intentional about focusing on your broad, your consideration, and then the conversion parts of the funnel. And your sales is communicating back to marketing. Now, most people in here could be small businesses, right, that are like, hey, I only have one person that is my marketing and salesperson, or that marketing and salesperson is me. What do I do about that if it's me? Well, quite simply, you're wearing a bunch of hats. So you need to make sure you put on these different hats at different times, and you're very intentional about your responsibilities in each. So you need to make sure you put on your marketing hat and you're focusing on broad reach, right? So social media posts, organic stuff to reach new people. Maybe it's a broad reach advertisement like a billboard or even a Google ad or even a Facebook ad to target, I want to target homeowners in this service area, right? So that would be a broad reach campaign, and you target them with saying some generic information. Then you're going to flip your hat and you're going to go, for those people that have shown interest in that piece, I need to give them some stuff to consider me, why they should consider me. And then finally, you're going to flip the final hat on, which is the conversion one, where, this is where people want a free quote. They actually reach out and call the office or something like that, and it passes it over to sales. And then you're putting on your sales hat and you're focusing on closing the deal. So what we're looking at here is if you have a marketing and salesperson, if you're that marketing and salesperson, they're very intentional about each particular piece. And we're setting up some type of weekly cadence, whether it's just you to check in on you, or you to check in on your marketing and sales, or your sales to check in with your marketing team, however which way it is, for you guys to generate a shared scorecard or a shared goal sheet, whatever it is, to see, hey, how is each channel performing with leads? So an example could be the website. How much traffic did we generate from SEO efforts? That's one. Is it better than what it was last week? 2, how many leads did we generate from that? Is it better from what it was in last week? And then sales can go back during that meeting to say, hey, yep, we generated 5 leads in the last week from the website traffic that we can see there. And those 5 leads were great. They were perfect. Keep on doing what you're doing. But social media, let's talk about social media or your email marketing. I have issues with these leads. I have issues with these leads from advertisements because they're not exactly hitting the mark here, right? And we can notice trends that, hey, our email campaigns haven't been generating much leads at all. Let's go back to the drawing board with that and see what we need to fix it, and marketing can go ahead and fix it. So these cadences and shared scorecards are going to be super important for the sales to truly understand the marketing channels and how everything is going, but they also need to understand that marketing is going to focus on a little bit of broad and awareness stuff that isn't going to generate leads today, but will in the future. I've had people that I've known for years that never converted, never talked to me, and then all of a sudden, after 3 or 4 years, they decided they were going to have a conversation with me. And that's okay. People are on different timelines and people are going through different things. Maybe they're working with somebody else. Maybe they weren't just quite ready. But the point is that we just constantly talk to them and keep communications open of like, hey, here's our email newsletters and everything else. So set that kind of cadence and you're going to be well on your way. Now, a big piece that I'm kind of missing the mark here on is your CRM. Your CRM is going to be critical to your marketing and sales team. Your CRM is going to show how your marketing efforts are doing, and to your sales team, how your sales team manages their deals or their leads. Whether you're a home inspection company, pest control company, an HVAC, a roofer, a lawyer, doctor, whatever, all of this stuff matters. So make sure you have some type of centralized CRM. The 2 that I really like are going to be ActiveCampaign and HubSpot. Each one has pros and cons, so you can look it up on your own, or you could talk with us and email me or whatever it is if you have questions about them. Majority of cases for most businesses, ActiveCampaign and HubSpot are going to fit perfectly. One or the other is probably going to be better. So HubSpot may not always be the perfect use case depending on your individual circumstance. So just keep that in mind. All right. So we talked about how marketing and sales work together. We defined what marketing and sales is. Let's talk about some common misconceptions here. One of the biggest common misconceptions is thinking marketing is only for branding or like social media. Marketing is every piece of the funnel, so make sure you're focusing on every piece of the funnel. Another common misconception on the same boat here is expecting sales teams to generate their own leads without marketing support. that is by far one of the biggest mistakes that we see is they hire a salesperson or a growth person or a marketing person, and they kind of just throw them out there without giving them a ton of guidance. And they may be good at relationships, they may be good at sales, but cold calls and that sales process can only get you so far. The real way that we're going to grow and scale a business is focusing on the marketing first to generate the funnel. That funnel is how we are going to scale the business. We're getting our messaging right to the right people, to our target market. We're putting them down the line. We're aligning our marketing with exactly what needs to happen to move them through the funnel. And then sales team is going to go in through the close. They're going to rate the quality of the leads and give that back to marketing so marketing could do a better job marketing, right? So don't think that your sales teams can just generate their own leads without any type of marketing support. Third is underestimating the value of nurturing cold leads before handing them to sales. So do not forget those cold leads. A lot of people just want to go after the conversions because that's what they could see as a return on investment, which is understandable. But at the same time, it could take people months or years to finally realize that they want to work with you. So generate some channels and some easy ways to nurture your cold leads before you go to hand them to your sales team. And that'll make their jobs a whole lot easier because people will be ready and prepared and the sales team won't have to be so giving pressure, right? There are very many different reasons why somebody may choose not to work with you at that given time. Humans are emotional and don't make decisions sometimes with the most reason. I know there's tons of studies out there about humans and how they make particular decisions. Like sometimes it doesn't even make sense. And we need to understand that during this process. So finally, let's give you some actionable tips for aligning marketing and sales. So first, you need to define the roles clearly. If you are doing the marketing and sales, define the roles and responsibilities. Make sure you're intentional about putting on those different hats and hitting all the different channels with marketing, hitting the different pieces of your funnel, and then you're switching over to your sales hat. So who owns what, and avoid overlapping confusion between the two. Number 2 for your action item is set shared goals. So that scorecard. You need to have some type of scorecard where you're looking at each marketing channel. How much awareness is it bringing in? What is our consideration? And what is the people that are actually converting? And how can sales show marketing the quality of those leads? And what marketing channels do we need to do better? What marketing channels are doing really well? Both teams essentially should be working toward the same revenue and conversion targets here. That should be the goal, is they're working together. Now use tools that connect to make these scorecards and shared goals super easy. So you need to have some type of CRM to track leads, emails, your website traffic, all that stuff. Like I mentioned before, ActiveCampaign or HubSpot are both great CRMs that we'd recommend. We can help with and we work with. We're partners with both. So just reach out to us if you have any questions on that. And then finally, which I've already kind of mentioned, hold joint meetings together, regular check-ins to share insights and adjust strategies. If it's just you, make sure you set time on your schedule to sit down for an hour and look at your scorecard if it's just you. If it's you and a marketing and growth person, make sure you sit time down on your calendar to sit down with them every week to look at the scorecard together, right? And if you have a sales team and a digital marketing agency such as Wolfpack or whatever, make sure you're sharing those scorecard metrics with your digital marketing agency on how the quality of leads they're getting and everything else. Make sure you are also encouraging your digital marketing agency to focus on awareness, because a lot of people work with the digital marketing agency and just expect to get leads all day long, but you have to focus on the awareness and the reach to bring in more leads eventually on. That's the long-term strategy. All right. So closing and call to action here. As we figured out, marketing and sales, they need to work together. They're real partners. They should be in alignment and have shared goals, and their intentions and their work are different. My call to action here is for you to evaluate your own current marketing and sales strategies. I'm going to give you a checklist that's going to be attached to the notes here. That's going to be on aligning marketing and sales. So it'll give you a checklist of things that you can work through if you do have questions. But my biggest call to action here is look at what you're currently doing and see if you have any of these things. I'll give you the checklist, but you really need to start making action on this, because the sooner you can run on this, the sooner you can start your broad reach campaigns, move them into consideration, and you could start building that funnel, and you can start working like a well-oiled machine. All right, that's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to Alpha Marketing. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with other business owners and marketers. Your support enables us to continue bringing you actionable advice and the tools you need to thrive. Join us next time for more insights with Aaron Shishilla, and keep striving to be the alpha in your market.